Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. It's Maria. Today we're doing some patriotic home decors and a wreath. So we're going to start with the first one. This is a USA wall decor. So I got this hanging sign from the Dollar Tree, and I got me, well, I already had some cardstock. So I traced these off onto my cardstock, and then I end up cutting them off with the scissors. So these are 3 squares, and I'm gonna cover the design that's already on there because it has glitter on the opposite side, and I didn't want to use that side, like the design that was on there. I just needed the shape that it came in. So I cover the designs with the paper instead of trying to peel it off because these are kind of hard to peel off. So I end up shaping off cutting off the cardstock. Like I was saying, I can't even get my words together. I don't know what's going on with me today. So then I take the ribbon off the back, which I'm going to use later on in the video, and then I use my Mod Podge to cover these up. So I do that with all 3 pieces. I put the Mod Podge on them, and then I put the cardstock on top to cover the design. Once I was done with that, I do flip them over, and I sand these down a little bit because even though I took the ribbon off, there was some paper left over. So I took that off, and then I sanded it down a little bit, and then I wiped off any excess dust that was there. And then I grabbed my paint, red, white, and blue, and I put that on my paint palette. So each of these squares are going to be one color. So of course, one red, one white, one blue, because I also got some, like another sign. It says USA, it's just the letters, and they're really pretty in glitter, but again, that one came hanging down. I did not want it to be hanging down. I wanted them to be horizontal, not vertical. So what I did was, once I was done painting these in their colors, I ended up starting off with the spots that had the ribbon on and the glue, just to make sure that it covered it enough and there was nothing peeling off. Because sometimes if you don't peel it off right, when you put the paint on it, it will, like, I don't know, kind of like wrinkle on you, and then it'll look kind of weird, and I didn't want that. So once I was done painting that, they were going to be covered anyway with the letters, but I took the letters off the string that it came in, and then I think it was like a piece of burlap. But I grabbed the I was measuring out to see how I was going to do, because I was going to put them side by side, and I said, you know what, how about if I put them in an angle? So I grabbed this piece of wood from the dollar store, and I put them in an angle. And I grabbed my hot glue, and I glued that in place. Now, I can honestly say that I should have went with a thinner wood, because I already had this one. Dollar store has a thinner one. I could have used that one better, and this one wouldn't be as thick on the back. But a lot of the stuff that I do is for me anyway, and to show you guys how to do something different. So that's why I just got that piece. So anyway, I grab my hot glue and I glue each piece, like each letter, on top of each color. Now, because of the wood, and I put the, I don't know, it kind of like, it didn't curve on me, but it was kind of in a weird way. So I put the clips on the letters to hold the letters in place, and I wanted them to glue on there in place instead of just the middle part and the letters would be sticking out. I didn't want that. So once I put the glue, like once I put the letters on and I held them in place, I flipped it over, and I wanted to put my hooks, because you gotta hang it from something, right? So I had to make sure that they were straight, because if you see, you know, as you can see, the wood is not straight, it's in an angle, but I had to make sure that the hooks were straight, because if not, it would be slanted on the wall. It wouldn't look right. It just wouldn't look right. So prior to me putting the hooks on, I had to drill the holes on here first, and then it's a lot better to drill the holes first before you put all the screws in. So that's what I ended up doing with this one. This one would complete, once I put this one completes that. I didn't add anything else on it. I just left them like that. I think the glitter on the letters look great. If you decide you want to do this, you can add some color, some extra color on the color in the back, if that's what you choose to do. But that's how this one turned out. I think it turned out, it's cute, simple, and expensive. And then we can move on to the next one, which is the wreath. Now this wreath, I got this one because I mean, I used this one because I already had this one on hand. Dollar store did not have the foam one. I think that one would have been a lot better for this. So I said, you know what, I'm just going to use what I have. So I use this wire wreath, and I thought these were really cute. This is like a tool, but it's got like, I guess you could say like, you would call it popcorn on it or whatever. But I grabbed it and I started to wrap it around the wreath. Now this is thin, so I used the whole roll of blue. I didn't go completely around. I went like maybe a quarter around. It wasn't even complete round, like covered. But I went a little bit around it and I doubled it. And then I went with the white. I covered the white, the rest of it with white. And with the red, I folded it in half. Now I didn't use the whole row of red. I just used the whole row of the blue and the whole row of the white. And I covered that area twice because I went to the right and then I covered it back with the left. And I tucked it in. I didn't glue that part in. And then with the red, I put some around, but I needed to have a space to show the white. So I kind of like twisted it in the back and then moved it over and then wrapped it again twice. And I repeated that all the way until I got to the end of the white. Because you know, it's representing like the flag. So I tucked that in as well. Like I twisted a little bit and I tucked it in. And I'm going to add some glue later on because there's like a part here that's like sticking out in the white and a part that's sticking out in the blue, and I didn't like it. So I was like, you know what? Let me just fix that later. Now these stars I got from Hobby Lobby. I did a trip to Hobby Lobby this weekend with my daughter and we had a good time. We were in the store for a long time. But I do plan on going back to get some more stuff. So this is a pack of 135 and there's 3 different sizes. So I grabbed I think it was 4 of each size, and I painted them in all white. So as that's drying, I went with the hot glue and I put it on the blue and the white just to cover or put those pieces in place that were sticking out a little bit. And then I grabbed the hot glue gun and I started to put my stars on the blue. I started with the large ones, then moved on with the small ones and then the medium size. So I spread it around. And at the end, I was left with another large one. And I was like, ugh, the other ones are already glued on there. I'm just going to fit it where I want to. So that's, like, I ended up just putting them anywhere. And I don't know, I like how this came out. It's very simple. These rolls are $1.25 at the dollar store. If you get the wreath, there it's another $1.25. So you're spending about $5 at the dollar store for just that. I'm not sure if they have stars there, but this pack wasn't so much. I think it was like $2.99 or something, $4.99. I can't remember, but you get a lot of stars in here. But I thought that was a pretty good deal. So once I was done putting the stars in, that completes this one. I do go back later on and add like a ribbon to the back just so I can hang it hang it on my door, because I thought it was going to be easier to, like, I was going to be able to do it like that, but I didn't want to go through the tool. So I did add a ribbon. I didn't show that on the video, but I do end up adding a ribbon on there so I can hang it. But that's how that turned out. I think it turned out really cute. It was easy, like I said. So this next one is a red, white, and blue flowers on the vase. Now I got this vase from Ikea many years ago. This is the smaller version. I think this one was like $7. I don't know if they still have it. I don't know the price. But the flag ribbon I got at Hobby Lobby. Did not know that it was satin until I opened the pack. So I'm like, you know what? I already have it. Might as well just use it. I'm going to deal with it. So the blue ribbon that's on my bow maker, that's the ribbon that was left over from the first video, like the first craft. You know, the little squares that I pulled the ribbon off. That's one of the ribbons that I used on there. So then I made the bow. I only made one loop on each side. I had it hanging down, and then I tied it in place, and then I used that ribbon to wrap around this watering can. Is really what it is. It's a watering can. Um, but I don't put glue on the watering can. I put the glue on the ribbon because I use this watering can a lot for like flowers when I'm decorating. Um, and I didn't want to add any glue on there, even though it will come off. I still didn't want to do that, so I put it on the ribbon, and that way when I'm done using it and I want to change it for the holidays, I just pull the ribbon apart. So I cut the ends of the ribbon. I left them long for a reason. I did not want to have them short. I wanted the hanging piece to come down. So once I was done cutting them off at the end, I had already painted a small star, the smallest one from the pack, and I put it in the middle. Then I got some red, white, and blue flowers that I had. I grabbed some greenery. This one's from the dollar store. I didn't have that many blue left. I thought I did. But these are flowers that I already had on hand. I always try to keep flowers on hand just so I can, when I do something like this. So it was a lighter blue, kind of like a royal blue that matched, and then some whites, and I ended up putting them all together, and I tied them up, and then I put them in the vase. And then I remembered I had some of those foamy stars the dollar store had. I had those because I had bought them some time ago, and I also put them in there. So once I put these in there, like, they look cute, but then I was like, I think it's kind of missing something. And I said, you know what, I have to add something else to it. So I ended up grabbing my little foam stars, and I have like this wire that I've used in other things, and I cut them off and I added them to the stars because the stars don't come with it. I added them to the stars, and then I threw them in there. But if you don't have this wire, you can also use like the skewers that they have at dollar stores that you barbecue with, and you can put them on there as well. But that's how that one turned out. I think it turned out really cute. The stars just make it pop out a little bit more than the flowers do, but that was cute. This last one is block fireworks. So I keep wood around just so when I do crafts, and these were already pre-cut that I had already had, because I had this piece of wood and I cut it for something else and never used it. I said I can always do something with it. So I grabbed my white paint and I put a lot on this piece, and I did not realize how much I put until I was putting it on, and I said, wow, that's a lot of paint. So I grabbed some more stars. These are also the smaller ones, and I painted these in white, and then I go back and I paint the smaller square in blue. You know where I'm going with this. So yeah, it's red, white, and blue. So I put about 4 dots. I paint the front, the sides, and the top. Do not paint the bottom because you're not going to see the bottom. I just paint the area that was going to be seen. Now I don't paint the back of the blue because that back part is going to be glued onto the white part. So once these stars dried up, I started to glue them in place. Now I will say that because this wood was kind of light, and the stars as well, they weren't that much of a dark color in wood, I had to do like 2 coats of the white because you can still see the wood through the white paint. So I did 2 coats of the white onto the board and the stars. Now I apologize if it was a little dark prior to this, but I forgot to turn on my light. Anyway, I grabbed my heat gun to dry this all in place, and then dry it because it was, the white was a little bit wet and the blue was a little bit, but the blue wasn't as bad as the white still. So I had this red ribbon. It wasn't too thick, so I said this would be perfect. Instead of me painting a red line, I can just use the ribbon. So I did. I grabbed some ribbon, I measured it, cut 3 strips, and then I glued them all in place. Now I glued the 2 outer ones first, and then I glued the one in the middle because I wanted to make sure that I didn't put the middle one like too close to one or the other. So I glued the 2 outer ones, and then I do the one in the middle. And I put a little bit of glue, and then I go back and add some more glue because I wanted to make sure that the glue wasn't going to go through the ribbon. But I put them on the top, and then I don't go all the way down on the back. I just go a little bit, and then I glue that in place. So once that's done, of course that dries pretty fast, I grab my drill, and I drill a hole on the top of it, because I'm gonna stick like something to make it look like the little stem from the fireworks. Now I was gonna use some twine, and then I was like, you know what, I have I guess some basket fillers in white, and I just put some in there. I put some hot glue in there, and I just stuffed it in there because I wanted to make sure that it went in. So I glued it in place. I apologize for my phone. I had gotten a call and I just put it on the side. Completely forgot that it was still in the view of the camera. But I can't take that out, and this was like the ending of the video. So that completes this one, because after I glue this part together, it'll complete it. Actually turned out really cute. These were all inexpensive dollar store and Hobby Lobby stuff, but it was really cute, easy, and simple. So if you stay to the end of this video, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe for more. I have tons of stuff coming up in the next couple weeks. Thanks for watching. Bye.